Hello guys, today I want to show you how to make a multivibrator. This is a multivibrator or astable oscillator. You don't need many components, couple of transistors and capacitors, few resistors and a couple of LEDs and a 9-volt battery. It's a very simple circuit, not very complicated, super easy. It looks complicated but it's not, it's super easy, anyone can do it. So let's go draw the circuit diagram and see how the connections. So this is our transistor, NPN transistor. I'm using 13003 transistor because that I have here. You can use any NPN transistor. You only have to identify base, emitter, and collector properly. Otherwise, it's just fine. So that's my transistor. NPN transistor, always NPN transistor, emitter always connected to the ground, and our load always would be connected to the collector. So here our load is the LED with the load current limiting resistor. So that's our load. This is 220 ohm resistor, 220 ohm resistor, and that's the LED. And we'll be connecting that to plus 9 volt. Nothing crazy. Then if we want to turn on the LED, we have to connect this base to plus 9 volt using a current limiting resistor. The current limiting resistance. So I will be using a 4.7 kilo ohm, 4.7 kilo ohm resistor that I have. You can use anything over 1k, it will work just fine. So what we did, we turn on this LED using this transistor, 220 ohm current limiting resistance for this LED, and whenever we connect the base to 9 volt using this 4.7k ohm resistor, this LED will turn on. So now our LED is turned on. Now what I want to do, I want to make a copy of the same circuit on the other side, just exactly the same thing. Now I have exactly the same thing here too, like an LED with through to 220 ohm resistor. Then I have NPN transistor, emitter is connected to the ground, and that is the collector. Collector is connected to the load through the LED to plus 9 volt, and I turned on the LED by connecting the base to the positive 9 volt using a 4.7 kilo ohm resistor. So that's the circuit. We have two circuit. Now the magic, if we want to alternatively turn on LEDs one by one, we only have to use a couple of capacitors. So I'm connecting one capacitor to the base of this transistor, and I'm connecting another capacitor to the base of another transistor. I'm using an electrolytic capacitor, so that has polarity. So I'll be connecting the negative of the capacitor to the base of each transistor. Now, to flash the LEDs one by one, what we have to do, I'm connecting the positive end of the capacitor to the collector to this transistor of the other circuit. This is collector, emitter, base. Then the positive of this capacitor to the collector of this transistor. So what I've done, the positive of this capacitor connected to the collector of this transistor, and the positive of this capacitor is connected to the collector of this transistor. Or you have to remember that there is no connection here or here. Just draw like that. It's not touching anything, just the positive going to the collector and this positive just going to the collector. So that is our circuit. This is our circuit. Plus 9 volt, ground, which is the negative of the battery. Then we use this transistor to turn on this LED, and this transistor to turn on this LED. This 4.7 used to turn on the transistor, that in turn turn on the LED. Then we use this capacitor connected to the base. The other end is connected to the collector of the other transistor, and for this transistor's capacitor is positive and is connected to the collector of this transistor. So it's a simple circuit, nothing complicated. Let's go ahead and set up this circuit on our breadboard. Before that, I forgot to mention I'm using a 100 microfarad capacitor here. No particular reason. The speed of flashing of the LED depends on this capacitor's value. Higher the value, lower the speed. Also depends on these base resistors, but I don't want to touch the base resistors or change its value to control the speed. I just change the capacitance. If I use 1000 microfarad, my flashing will be slower, and if I using a lower capacitors like 22 microfarad, it will flash faster. Okay, let's see and build the circuit. Okay, here I have two 220 ohm resistor I just connected here. That's the only thing I did. I'm using an LED. The positive is connecting to the resistor and the negative to this copper wire. Same at the other side, positive to the resistor and the negative of the LED to the copper wire. Now, okay, let's test connecting the battery like that. Nothing happening. I just need a wire to test. I'm connecting this copper wire to the ground just to see if the LED is working. So okay, that's working, and see if it is this one working. Connecting to the negative. Okay, that's working just fine. Now let's connect the transistors. So I have this transistor here. For this transistor, this is a 13003. So the middle one is a collector that will be going to the LED, and the right one is the emitter, and the left one is the base. So what I'm doing, I'm connecting the middle one to the LED and the emitter to the ground or the negative. So I'm connecting emitter to the ground like that. Now if I want to turn on the LED, I have to, what I want to do, I want to use high resistance like a 4.7 kilo ohm to the base, and I'm connecting that base to the positive terminal. Now you can see that LED is lit. Now I'm using another transistor, same transistor, 13003, like that. I'm connecting the collector, the middle pin collector to the LED, and the emitter is the right one, connecting the emitter to the ground like that. Then I'm using a resistor like 4.7K to turn on the LED by connecting it to the positive rail and the base. So I'm connecting the base and the positive rail. So you have to notice I flipped this transistor. That's why this come into the same side. These two resistors come close to each other because I flipped this one and that one connected. The other way. Okay, now we had two LEDs. We turned on two LEDs. It's a loose connection. It's not a great breadboard. Now what I want to do, we didn't do anything interesting, we just lit up two LEDs using a transistor. That's the only thing we did. Now I'm using a 100 microfarad capacitor over here. I'm connecting the negative side to the first the base of the first transistor, like that. Nothing happened. Then I'm connecting another capacitor, same 100 microfarad capacitor, the negative side to the base of the other transistor. Okay, still nothing happened. Now what I want to do, the other end of the first capacitor, that's positive end, that's right there. Let's look like that. Positive end of the first capacitor to the collector, that's the middle pin of the second transistor, like that. Then the positive end of the second capacitor to the collector of the second transistor. Be a little careful. Okay, now it should be flashing. There we go. That is it. It's a multivibrator. It's an oscillator. Oops, my battery. There you go. So now what I want to do, I just want to change the capacitors with a smaller value capacitor. This is a 22 microfarad capacitor. I have two of those. See, now it's flashing fast, so fast. Isn't it cool? Let's see what else we can do with it. I have a buzzer, like a little buzzer. Let's connect and see if it makes some noise. Not sure, but let's see. It might work. It might not. Let's see. Oh, nothing happening. It's buzzing. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Sounds so low. Let me change the battery with a good one. That makes some noise. Okay, so that's it, guys. Nothing crazy, just a very simple oscillating circuit. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to watch more videos, subscribe to my channel. And again, here is the circuit diagram. If anybody wants to build this multivibrator or Astable oscillator, easy and simple circuit. Thanks for watching.